with focus on rural and semi-urban communities, including those affected by the crisis. And of course, this program is funded by the Canadian High Commission through the Canadian Fund for Local Initiative implemented by LUKMEF Cameroon. And this program has been running for quite a while, and there are a lot of activities encompassed in this program, from a workshop to grants that has been given to some community CSOs to ensure or to help them foster their impact in community. But then again, we have Aniva to give us to add more flesh to what this project is all about. Good morning to you once more, Aniva.
Good morning.
Just so you reiterate to the viewers, tell us again about this project.
All right, thank you very much. Like you already mentioned, that is being implemented by Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Foundation, which is LUKMEF. And of course, just to give a brief summary of LUKMEF, it is a people-focused and people-centered organization that is out there to empower individuals, so that they can be able to take the lead in leadership when it comes to your own personal needs, or talk about social needs, economical needs, political needs. So the whole idea is for them to be able to carry out those activities or lead themselves in a sustainable way. So like I mentioned, it's a people-driven and people-centered organization that addresses human developmental issues in communities in a sustainable way, and they do that by empowering individuals, groups, communities, or whatsoever, so that they can be at the helm of taking the lead in leadership when it comes to addressing their own needs. It could be social, like I mentioned. So based on that, LUKMEF always have that desire to be able to reach out to the community in terms of humanitarian work, in terms of improving human development generally. And I think in 2021, they had tried that identifying that civil society organizations, before civil society organizations come into reality or try to do something or try to develop the community, mean that they are community needs. Good. So LUKMEF identified that yes, their community needs, and it cannot be just them to be able to meet all the needs that are in the communities. A lot of other thoughtful individuals or organizations are also out there who are also trying like LUKMEF to also meet up the needs of people. But then there is this gap. The institutional and the operational capacity, they do not have, in quote, all that it takes, because we grow, to actually bring out all of that into reality. So LUKMEF did that in 2021, trained 70 persons from 35 civil society organizations, and within that, after they trained them how to bring about real life impact, 12 of them received grants. So amongst that which is being taught away from maybe public speaking, implementation of projects, and a lot of other topics which I'm sure Martha will tell us here because she's beneficiary. One of it is grant writing, and they will teach them grant writing, project writing, and all of that. And then since you are a civil society organization and it's a grassroots organization, you understand the needs of the community, so you come out with a need of that community through a project, and we address issues such as human rights, economic development, local development, gender equality, women empowerment, peace building, and all of that. So depending on the needs of the community.
It's a cross section of other societal aspect issues.
Absolutely. So that based on that, there is a board which is LUKMEF that will look at the project and then see if it is really worth and spending money or awarding the grant. So that was in 2021. They work with other organizations, and that gave birth now to this other project that we're talking about. And it's still the same flow in the second phase. So LUKMEF had done that in the first phase. Now in the second phase, LUKMEF now still had to go through that process to still gather 70 persons from 35 civil society organizations. Still went through the process, and then after that, 12 again were funded. But this time around, they did it with the Canadian High Commission, through the Canadian Fund for Local Initiative, because that is also their mandate. The Canadian Fund for Local Initiative is also there to support grassroots organizations.
Okay, let me get back to Martha. Royalty World was part of these workshop sessions, and I'm sure you people must have acquired quite a number of things. You must have learned a lot and gained much knowledge about some community impacts. Now, maybe you tell our audience some of the things in which you have learned from these workshop sessions that they organized.
Okay, I would like to first of all take this time to thank LUKMEF for giving Royalty World the opportunity to participate in that training, because we actually visited LUKMEF for some other thing, and then we learned about the training and got the opportunity to apply and we were selected. And it was an amazing 2-day session, because there is a difference between working in the CSO environment and working in it the right way. Whereas many people are out doing humanitarian services and creating impact, but there is also doing it the right way. And it was a lot of capacity enhancement for us, for my team and I, giving us the opportunity to be able to learn about grant writing, to be able to learn about logistics, about finance, because reporting and being able to defend your budgets is one of those things that is also limiting when it comes to being able to close a grant, and also how to carefully implement projects. So we were able to learn and also learn technical terms. There is also because the corporate social environment, it's a whole world on its own. There are terms there that are specific to different things and different projects. So we had to start learning that it's not just about doing. You also have to speak the language.
Every milieu has its jargon.
Exactly. So it was an amazing opportunity, and also giving us the opportunity to be able to write a grant proposal after learning these 2 days. From this 2-day session was just the icing of on the cake. And it was a very tense moment for my team and I, because you really don't know who is going to get selected.
Now, this tickles my curiosity to ask, what projects did you write that made you win this grant?
Okay, we wrote on the Bolifamba Economic Empowerment Project, and it's about empowering female heads of households to be able to give them entrepreneurship training and give them a seed capital to either boost their businesses or start up their businesses. So it was because we realized from OCHA 2022 reports that Bolifamba alone houses 15% of 15,000 of the over 50,000 IDPs in Buea. That's over 30%. You can imagine the pressure on the people who are already pressurized in a crisis hit environment. So it was. Statistics shows that it led to a lot of teenage pregnancies because some of the mothers were unable to send their children to school and stuff. We had started by granting scholarships, but it was not a very sustainable something, because how do the parents feed?
After that,
how do they shelter their kids? So while my team and I were struggling, do we go for the scholarship, or we realized that no, we need something that's more sustainable. You're not a handout. How do these people survive without us? How do they survive after this? We want something that is going to be sustainable, and that's the project.
As the popular adage goes, to not only give them fish, but teach them how to fish as well. But tell us, how has the implementation process been so far?
It's been amazing. It's been amazing because we wrote to train 25 women. We had over 100 applications that came in, and we're able to shortlist the 25, but about 35 came in. We could not send them away. For the training sessions, we were able to empower 35 women and to learn about entrepreneurship and to be able to teach them how to pitch. It's amazing because it was the first time I learned how to see women pitch their businesses in pidgin, their language of confidence, and it was so spectacular. And from there, we selected 5 women who met the vulnerability criteria and who had businesses that were promising, business ideas that were promising, because there was a whole jury that evaluated their pitches and putting into consideration other factors. And they were awarded a seed capital, non-refundable. Of course, they don't refund it back. But the strategy we had was we are monitoring them in collaboration with a local microfinance institution. So they have dedicated what they call ACAO daily collectors who go to their business sites and collect to help them save. How do they get back this capital that was given to them to be able to plow back into their businesses so that it can grow
better?
Yes, so that's the strategy we have on ground, and we are working a lot, monitoring the women, having breakfast sessions with them, understanding their challenges, helping them to separate business money and personal money. So those small lapses, because most of these women had a fairly comfortable life, not the best before the crisis, but for one reason or the other, they were unable to manage the situation. So we want to ensure that beyond this, they should not make the same mistakes they had made before as far as business.
And the project is still ongoing?
The project, as far as Royalty World and LUKMEF is concerned, has officially closed. We are rounding.
It has been a success so far, and women have been impacted.
5 amazing testimonies, amazing testimonies.
Amazing. That's the beauty of community impact, when we set out to reach out to our community to find out which trouble the people are facing and to come to your rescue. And of course, now to you, Aniba, I want to find out something. Now, apart from a Royalty World, all the other beneficiaries, the other institutions that benefited from this grant, what mechanisms did LUKMEF put in place to ensure that the implementation process for a majority of these institutions was, let's say, 100 or even 99%?
Okay, thank you very much. First, I want to applaud Royalty World and the BEAM, if I'm correct, project, right? BEAP. Okay, the BEAP project. At least I witnessed it once.
She was there a couple
of times. So I really follow up, and I love this pattern that LUKMEF did this and gave to you, and then you did. So there is this baton, you know. And truly that is exactly how we can change the world, with one person at a time, and the one person doesn't stop, takes it to the next person, and just about that. LUKMEF is not saying that they are the giant organization, of course not, but LUKMEF is saying that we can all work together and solve most of the challenges. LUKMEF is located in Buea and working here from its own confine. It has its own set of people or its own set of communities that it actually understands their need. Now, Royalty World is found in Bolifamba. Who can best interpret the needs of Bolifamba? Is it LUKMEF or Royalty World?
Royalty
World, exactly. I'm coming to answer the question, so I'm going to get to the question. So most definitely Bolifamba can answer. Royalty World, can actually really attest the humanitarian need in that community more than LUKMEF can. And also let you know that community needs are met easily by the people or the stakeholders. In this case, we're talking about civil society organization in those various communities. Why? The people in the communities who buy the idea more, they'll find themselves in need, like this is our own, struggling to support us. You understand? Okay, and that is the premise for this project. The premise of this project is looking at the crisis. Despite the crisis that is ongoing, the challenges have not reduced. Like she mentioned, they've instead increased. She gave us a percentage of about 15,000 something household of IDPs residing in my 16, and that means that the problems of that community has increased. True. Because those IDPs coming, thank you a lot. We will not be able to start explaining all of that. So that is bed standard. And at the end of the day, what will happen if no one comes to their need? That is why this project is coming. So a lot of civil society organizations have actually seen all of these issues like them, and then they're struggling to bring out, struggling to solve the problem. Now, with LUKMEF looking at the criteria to actually award a grant, we'll look at the extent of the humanitarian need. These problems or this proposal you are writing, is it genuine? You know, are they truly, because of course it has a handful of team who goes there to also do the monitoring and evaluation and doing the feasibility study or whatever word I want to use now. So it is all about if it meets the needs of the population. I mentioned before that the civil society organization will never come to reality. INGOs will not come to reality if they are not community needs.
Yes.
There must be maybe COVID-19, there you see a
there
health
must be a problem before solution comes up.
Thank you. So is a problem really authentic? are there many persons who are really affected by the problem? What's the impact of that problem? So it's all about, remember the caption is all about human development, you know. So I think that's the overall criteria. Of course, LUKMEF would have wished to do more, but you can't start doing more when you have not started with little. So
yeah, of course. Little drops of water makes
yes.
an ocean indeed. Now let me get back to you, Martha. We understand that community impact is not an easy ride. It could be a journey of roses and thorns. Now, we want you to highlight some of the challenges you experienced before, financial-wise, moral-wise, you know, all of these challenges put together, that royalty world experience, and how LUKMEF, or this project in particular, has been able to salvage and ameliorate some of them, or maybe all.
Okay, I think some of the challenges that we have experienced, like I mentioned earlier, was you go to a household and you're struggling to get a kid back to school, and you meet like 5 children out of school, and you have to select one. So it's heartbreaking.
Yeah,
it's the sense we felt that
it's heartbreaking because you see the way the others are like, oh, one person gets to go to school this year, and they're like, when will my turn come? So it's really, really something like, how do we help these families? How do we really give them hope again? Because some of these cases, interestingly, are also gender-based violence cases. We realized that what LUKMEF did through Royalty World, what LUKMEF and the Canadian government did through Royalty World, was not just to give these women an opportunity to start businesses. We realized that it was an opportunity for them to regain hope, life, because some of them had been locked up in their homes and they had been depressed, demoralized, like the whole world is falling on me, nothing is working, and now being able to wake up in the morning to go even to a place to sell puff puff, it's something that is joyful.
That's true.
So it's just amazing. Very true. It's not being without glitches, because Bolifamba community, like every other community, everybody wants to benefit.
Yes.
And some days people will come and say, why did they not choose my name? Some people really get angry.
And you may even have the fake ones.
Exactly. There is this possibility of having the fake one, but we are based in Bolifamba and we work with we are intertwined in the community.
You know, every nitty-gritty.
We go into the community, we discuss with people, we even go to homes to find out exactly is this situation what it is. So we talk with neighbors you don't even know what we are talking with. So we talk with the leaders of the community. We have at least we have the support of the community leaders, we have the support of the youth leaders. So it's more like we are at home. Because we are more than 10 years old in Bolifamba. So we are like virtual, or should I say some kind of landlords and landladies also. Some molas and bambas of Bolifamba. So for that, we originally had those kind of challenges to be able to know who is really in need, because people can lie just to benefit. Somebody can say, I'm an IDP, my husband has died. Meanwhile, the husband has not died. So but working in hand in glove with community stakeholders and with the people who actually live there, like for each quarter, who are the people who have the real gist of this quarter and stuff like that. You are buying corn and you are just gisting and then stuff starts. So it has been able to help us to understand a lot who is really in need and who is really not in need, and who do we really think that the help is going to help another person. Because another challenge we faced also, as far as the whole grant process was concerned, was we really wished we could give more. Because first we trained more than 30 women and we had to select 5. We had brilliant business ideas. We really wish we could give more. For the 5 that were selected, we really wish we could give more, because when they originally pitched their business ideas, they did not pitch based on what we had given them. We had to scale it down. How do we start with this and grow? Which is why we came back with this whole plowback
initiative.
Yes, to be able to help them to grow to what they had originally pitched. So how do we give these women more? And then the worst part of it was the inflation, and then the change in price. You know, when the grant was when the grant was awarded and the time when we had to go and do procurement, those were 2 different realities. So those were some of the challenges that we faced at the level of implementation. But we are really grateful for this, because there is no smooth road. we have to always learn as an organization, how do we make this work, how do we tweak it and make it work. So it's been amazing.
So it's safe to say that this project has greased the elbows of royalty world to foster them and boost their efforts towards community impact.
Exactly, and it has also served as it has also helped our grants portfolio, which was one of the objectives of LUKMEF, to be able to build grassroots organizations, to be able to secure more grants. So this was supposed to serve like some kind of internship, if we might say, so that you at least have some work experience.
Yes.
So it has boosted our grant portfolio in such a way that we have been able to secure other partnerships.
Wow. Your CV has added in other words.
Yeah. And the model, which we will say this was a very fine pilot, we have been able to still sell the whole empowering female heads of households to be able to become financially and economically stable, and other organizations are looking forward to partner for the next edition of the project that we're going to do.
Amazing. I think we can all put our hands together for this project. When I hear the impact that it has created, you see me, I'm beaming widely. That is because I equally have community impact at heart, and I am so happy that the Canadian Fund for Local Initiative with this project implemented by LUKMEF, you all could join forces together to, create impacts in the community. And if I'm coming back to you, such beautiful stories to hear, to listen to. The impact is amazing, and I wish it can just go on and go on. But I don't know if I have to say, unfortunately, because you told me that this project is coming to a close, or it has reached a certain limit. Tell us about it. Is it coming to a close already? Yes, and what next holds?
Of course, it's coming to a close. But LUKMEF has his finger crossed to still do that. I won't give promises right here because it's as how much we have that we can give. And since these two pilot projects have actually gone, or the two phases have gone, we've seen how successful it is. We've seen how beautiful it is. We've seen the real life impact that has actually come out of it. Of course, more if in my own thinking, if we can fold our hands and give them all to do it and bring the impact, what we say. So I think that of course LUKMEF will definitely want to do more. I think in the last interview we had with the CEO, of course, he mentioned that what he wants is impact from it, and if there is impact, it means there is a way for this to keep coming. So we're just hoping and positive that this project will duplicate itself, or like that project has benefited and they have gotten another from the model, set that same model use and got another opportunity. Well, we're hoping for more opportunity, and we are thanking Canadian High Commission through the Canadian Fund for Local Initiative. We understand that they are out there to actually solve real life problems and address local issues, grassroots issues, and we are glad that they had saw LUKMEF worthy to partner with, and we hope that they want to do that more again. In fact, it's a calling call.
It's a current call that even we here at High Television, the Breakfast Show, we are joining our voice to re-echo, because when we hear these stories, they are beautiful. I mean, imagine that 5 women now have source of livelihood, and they will not just that bag of rice that comes in every day. They can afford for more than a bag of rice, school fees, clothes, and all of that. We are super elated to hear stories as this and to see impact go on in our community as this. And thank you too for coming here to share these beautiful stories. I feel inspired.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for warming our couch. But just before you take leave of us, let's now get last words from you. I'm sure you have some last thing, tickling your stomach you'd want to say. Let's get to Anira first.
Just to say very big thank you to all the civil society organizations that actually went through the process of the training, went through the workshop, and like she mentioned, it was a 2 days intensive project program, and they actually learned a lot. Of course, we'll not go into the impact story right away, and to appreciate them. And for those who do not succeed to win the grant, of course, the work is just a stepping stone. It's just an opportunity for you to keep doing and continue the work, And don't worry, some other opportunity might come. It might not come from LUKMEF, it might come from somewhere else. But we're proud so far for the effort that you make in attending the workshop and gaining the knowledge. Everything starts from knowledge. And of course, those who the beautiful grantees, we're also happy we congratulate them and wish that, we continue working together with LUKMEF, working together with Canadian High Commission and other stakeholders are involved, or civil society or NGOs, so that together we can be able to solve our problems. And to the communities, we are so happy. The very reason why LUKMEF exists is for them. The very reason why every civil society organization is existing is all for them. The very reason why the Canadian Fund for Local Initiative came up is to meet up needs. So we are all for the people, and then for when project comes, people should embrace it and get into it and buy it. And if you don't have the opportunity to be the beneficiary at that moment, it's okay. So if your neighbor gets it, be happy for your neighbor. Tomorrow your neighbor gets better, you too can also benefit. So there is just no need for us to get work up if it's not yet your turn. We are all working together to see a better world.
Okay, just before we get to Martha, maybe there is any civil society organization watching us and they would love to partner with LUKMEF in the future to enjoy such benefits. How did you follow up with LUKMEF?
Okay, of course, LUKMEF has a website. We have the social media account, Twitter and all of that, Facebook. So that's the current way in which you can actually get, because any opportunity when it comes to LUKMEF, it is always published. Whatever it is published, and people have the opportunity. Sometimes when this call came out, it was even sent to social media platforms like WhatsApp, which is very common for many persons. So but the authentic way, when nothing is up, when we're not doing all the sensitization, the authentic way that anyone from any part of the world can get it to LUKMEF is through the website on Facebook.
Okay, thank you very much, Anima. Now let me get to you, Martha. Any last words to our audiences?
Okay, first of all, I want to thank the audience for keeping in touch with us and for staying throughout the program. Thank you very much for your time. And on behalf of the Royalty World family, we want to send our heartfelt gratitude to LUKMEF and to the Canadian Fund for Local Initiative for finding the Bolifamba Economic Empowerment Project worthy enough to be part of the LUKMEF Small Grants project to be awarded. It's brought a lot of joy, not just to Royalty World, but to families in Bolifamba and to the entire community. And it has given a Royalty World that hope to understand that, okay, this thing is replicable and we can do it in other communities as well. And we believe at Royalty World that to transform communities, we must start one heart at a time. So we are very intentional about restoring hope, restoring dignity, one heart at a time. And that is our joy, that is what pushes us to be able to transfer life. And we just want to say thank you for the opportunity to serve. Thank you for everything. We are just happy.
And thank you, HiTV. I can't forget. Thank you, HiTV. We had a lot of discussion on HiTV about this project, and we're running up to this last day, unfortunately.
Yes, and of course I will miss you, even though you can be a Tom and I at Jerry. But definitely I'll miss having the face of Anira every weekdays or every Fridays mostly. But then again, we the media, we hope that we can contribute our own quota in a community impact. And so we echo some of these issues almost every day. Thank you to for warming our couch. We're super grateful. And on this note, now we are drawing the curtains for this program. We are bidding you farewell and packing the bags out of the